Oh, welcome to the Viber Zone. Can you hear him vibing upstairs? My best friends. Welcome. We love them. Shout out to all of my construction workers. They're just a normal part of the stream now, okay? Wait, why is that guy spinning? Hold on. Your YouTube is no longer sending notifications. Hasn't for like 3 weeks now. Yeah, because I told him to shadow ban me. Or sometimes people just don't get notifications. I don't know why. Why is this? I'm gonna do fix this right now. Okay. Oh no, it fixed itself. Nice! Oh look, they stopped. Oh my god. Good stream snipers today. Yeah, they're doing fire pits upstairs. LeMayo. Okay, come on guys. We should know this by now, okay? Everybody wants to talk about good court rulings or bad court rulings or winning in court or losing in court. You have to remember that there are different phases for any particular case, and people will always try to market the biggest win they can, regardless of how big of a win it is or not. And then people will always, you know, catastrophize losses depending on what's going on. But I haven't looked into this a lot, to be fair. I will say that. However, I notice a lot of people freak out over court rulings when it's just like preliminary stuff. Is this case like finished now? Supreme Court allows Trump to restart swift deportation of migrants away from their home countries. Divided Supreme Court on Monday allowed the Trump administration to restart swift removals of migrants. Trump administration hundreds of migrants all celebrate administration order temporarily. Okay, so this sounded like this sounds like a TRO that was issued. And then this sounds like it was was it a lifting for now, a court order? Okay, so this was a lifting of a TRO. Okay. So it would suck if a TRO gets lifted, but remember, a temporary restraining order is an exceptional measure of the court where the plaintiff has shown that they are highly likely to succeed on the merits. Yeah. So it doesn't mean that necessarily the case is lost or anything, just that if a TRO gets reversed, the court case has to like play itself out. Also, they could still get, I think if a TRO gets overturned, you could still get a preliminary injunction as well, so. This is a very specific circumstance. These people can't be sent back to their home countries because they won't accept them. These people are criminals that committed bad crimes but served their time already. Yeah, to be clear, Jen, I'm not saying that it's like good or bad if these people get deported. I'm not making a statement on that. I'm just saying sometimes people will see like a TRO getting reversed and they're like, oh my God, we lost the case. And that's not necessarily true. We are, unfortunately, remember, I'm going to keep pointing this out until everybody in this country, I guess, or at least people who listen to me, learn how our fucking system works, okay? Just please remember this. Checks and balances means that when everybody is playing by the rules, we have a good set of institutions that seek to counterbalance each other's power. That's what checks and balances are. Checks and balances are not if one branch is corrupt, the other branches can rein them in. That's not how that works. Obviously the golden example of that would be an actual super corrupt executive. Nobody can rein in a corrupt executive. You can't do it, right? You impeach him and then he sends in the military and kills Congress. Like, I mean, like there's nothing you can do if they decide that they don't want to play by the rules. So the courts are doing what they should. However, the courts, like a court isn't typically your enforcement mechanism. You're not usually looking for courts to do all the things that we're asking our courts to do right now. We're asking courts to stop the executive currently from doing a thing, which is already an exceptional measure, asking for a preliminary injunction, asking for a temporary restraining order, preliminary TRO, asking for like stays on, well, I think it's stay only for this quarter. Like these are exceptional things. What we should be doing, what should be happening, if the president is breaking the law over and over and over again, what should be happening is Congress should be impeaching him. That's the correct mechanism of action in a correct checks and balances system to ensure that your executive is not you know, stepping outside of his bounds. The Congress should be impeaching him. That's our tool for removing an executive that's gone, too far off the rails. So that's the big issue is that the Republican Congress won't do that. So. Also, Destiny, so far your instincts have proved closest to correct for the Iran strikes from the folks I watched, so there's that. That's because nobody has any actual takes on it. They just catastrophize in World War III, everything and all that. And before Israel boots on the ground invades tomorrow. Oh yeah, I retweeted that one account because I was so fucking wrong. Where was it?
This is the decades happening, if you know what I mean. All right, this is the
when your only political view is fuck us on.
Sometimes a decade happens in a minute, and sometimes minutes happen in a decade.
This is the decades happening in weeks. Right now.
Yeah. What we're hearing from us.
It's not. I'm all in. I'm all in on nothing ever happens. This shit is done in 4 days. Israel's gonna bomb some more nuclear reactor shit. Iran's out of weapons. It's all over.
It's the country.
Breaking: the U.S. has completed bombing of Iran nuclear sites. Explosion at Fordo. Well. Well. Would you look at the time? It's nothing ever happens o'clock. Whenever you make a correct call, you're like, this shit was obvious, anyone could have predicted it. Have you ever considered that you're a genius and can see the future? True, like that one Always Friday TV video. There's not really so much that, it's just so much, it's more like analyzing and understanding, obviously, like what's going on, you know? Like, is World War III possible? Sure. But you just have to, like, I feel like I said, like, none of my predictions or whatever are even that novel. I'm pretty sure other people are saying this as well. People who aren't, like, super bought into the World War III narrative. But, Israel can't, there's not going to be an Iran. I think I'll just repeat what I said 2 weeks ago. There will never be a nuclear Iran when Israel is in existence, when Israel has any ally that can do anything. Like, Israel will never tolerate a nuclear Iran, and nobody else in that region wants to tolerate a nuclear Iran. And then I think I said, somebody can find their clips, I think I said that the only thing to be concerned about when Israel strikes is if they can't blow up those nuclear reactors, because if they can't blow up the nuclear reactors, then the U.S. might actually, maybe, will come in and strike, and that is what they did. The U.S. did come in and strike. And then the next thing to look out for is, did the U.S. blow up the nuclear reactors? If they didn't, then they might strike again. If they did, then we're probably done. And it seems like they did blow them up, so Iran did their little counterattack on Qatar, which I think blew up absolutely nothing. And I think then the thing to look for is, like, what are the statements that both sides are making? So I've said this before, but when Iran is saying things like, we completely fucking destroyed that entire base, we're so fucking good, everybody's looking at them like, wow, they're so retarded. But they're not retarded. What they're doing is they're just talking big talk. But that means that they're done. They're talking big talk so that they can try to sell that as a win, a W to their people, to maintain legitimacy as a government. But they're probably done fighting, because if they did all the things that they said they needed to do, then they'll be whatever. Oh, and then I also said the ceasefires there's always like fighting a little bit after ceasefires, as people are jockeying for position, or as people are trying to get one more hit. It's like a hit after the bell. It's like two people making a left turn on red and on a California stop. People are always fighting a little bit after ceasefires, just what they do. However, I will say another thing. Another huge concern, though, and this is why we don't like nuclear powers fighting, or it's why generally we don't like conflict like this, even if it is kind of all predictable. Just the big concern is if something fucks up. So, like, let's say, for instance, when they bombed that base in Qatar, which they gave us a warning. I think they gave it to our warning because they closed the airspace and everything for that, which is good, right? It shows that they want to be, fair and balanced, or whatever. They want, like, okay, guys, look, we're playing by the rules. The scary thing is if something fucks up and then somehow, like, a missile gets through to a place it shouldn't, and then, like, 200 U.S. soldiers die or something, now you're in, like, a major scary world, because now the U.S. has to step up and do something potentially big and bad. Yeah, and that's a spooky, and now everybody's like, oh, shit. So that's why you generally don't want to have people blowing each other up in general, because bad stuff can happen. You typically don't want people to blow each other up, because shit can get unhinged. What's your opinion that the Iran bombings were illegal military actions?
Here's a question.
Who the fuck cares? Nobody gives a fuck about any of this anymore. So I don't know. The analysis is boring to me. International law in the Middle East is boring to me. What a waste of time reading about any of that. And then U.S. law regarding basically anything, actually. This one is also fucking boring. What a waste of time. People like Jen should be like idiots in chat to waste your time studying law when none of it actually fucking matters, apparently, in the U.S. anymore, so. I will say, okay, not to be a big simp for, not to be a big simp for the military. Okay, I don't know if it's too soon or if I'm allowed to say this yet. That B-2 bombing run was really cool. What was it? I think, I don't know how much of this I read on stream or off stream. I was reading a few articles off stream. This is like a 36-hour mission that they flew straight with air support, refuel on the way there. Supposedly the B-2s that were moved around in Guam were just like a bait, I guess, or I don't know if that was confirmed or not, or they were just like moving around to, I don't know, to make people think whatever. But the B-2 bombing mission was like, I think it was like 6 B-2 bombers in a row, like dropping bunker buster after bunker buster after bunker buster after bunker buster to like blow shit up. And then they were out, and it was just a super crazy effective. It was just, yeah. When you compare this to like what Russia can do, where you're watching their MiG-69 shooting each other down, and then you have, as retarded as our president is, like the president of the United States making an announcement like, hey guys, just so you know, yeah, huge bombing run. We're already home, basically. Halfway home, the B-2 bombers are out. Nobody even fucking knew what was going on. It was pretty sick. Pretty sick, but it's in a continuous series of bombers because they were worried Trump was fucking it up on Truth Social. Okay. Would you say Republicans are still in lockstep with Trump? I know there were updated marching orders from the No New Wars meme, but I don't know how much that impacts the average voter. Who knows? I think that they will, my guess is that the Republican Party will be in lockstep with Trump until midterms. And then once midterms are done, if they think that Trump's not going to run for a third term, then at that point you might start to see people switch off. But right now, Trump is still, I think, electorally popular enough to control the Republican Party, right? The, fuck, who was it? Oh, I don't remember the names. I need to keep looking them up on Ballotpedia. Some Republican congressman made statements about how bad the attacking Iran was on Twitter, and then Trump started going off on him to do the bully pulpit shit, because Trump loves attacking people that aren't loyal to him, like any good dictator would. Was it? It might have been Massey, yeah. Oh, wow. Is he trying to... Now he's trying to get this guy kicked out of office? President Trump's political operation has launched an aggressive effort to unseat Kentucky Representative Thomas Massey. Its first such effort to defeat a sitting Republican incumbent. By going after Massey, Trump's team is looking to put wayward Republicans on notice. This is so unhinged. Anybody that is against Trump, he fucking tries to destroy. God, Republicans are so stupid. Which is cooler, B-2 or an SR-71? I mean, I feel like the SR-71 has a lot of cool stuff about it, but I feel like the B-2, like, think about it. I feel like you're trying to do a lot of contrary things in one ship. Like, you want to have a ship that can carry massive ordnance, right? Okay, well, that's going to be a big, you're thinking what, like, is it the B-52, am I thinking? Yeah, that's like, okay, well, we want a ship that can carry big bombs, so it's got to be a big ship, right? So then it can't be fast, it can't be stealth, but the B-2 does like all of these things, right? It can conduct itself in stealth. It can do, I don't know how maneuverable it is, but it and it carries like huge bombs. It's just like it's a cool ship. It's a super cool ship. I don't know how maneuverable the B-2 is, but I was reading a lot of random shit about planes. There's a name for this type of aircraft. Oh, is it a flying wing? Like where you have the, there's not like a fuselage? Is that what it's called? Because it's all just like part of the, God, this is such a cool fucking airplane. I'm just reading a lot of random shit about these things. This is such a sick fucking plane. It's so cool. And it doesn't even look real. Like, it doesn't look like something that should be flying. Like, it looks like it's out of bad sci-fi. Like, why would you make the edges straight? Aren't they supposed to be curved? I don't know, that's what I thought. But apparently not. But is Iran's capacity to build a nuke crippled for another couple of years? If you're going to speak about a nuclear weapons program, you should speak with some level of specificity. Building a nuclear weapon, I think, is arbitrarily easy at this point. The biggest difficulty is enriching uranium such that it can be used in a nuclear bomb. So I think building a nuclear bomb, I think any country with, especially with ICBMs, can build a nuclear bomb. But the question is, can Iran enrich uranium up to a point to where it's ready to be used in a nuclear weapon? And my guess would be that right now, the capability of them to do that has been significantly degraded. Now, I don't know if their stockpile of 60% uranium has been blown up or not, but why uranium and not plutonium? Oh, it would come down to the atomic properties of either element. I don't know. I don't remember when we watched our video. Is plutonium used for initial nuclear reactions, or was that just used to accelerate other? I don't remember. Good video on the B2s. Did we watch this on stream? We will watch this. Fuck you.
In the dead of night, a whisper slices through the air.
Why didn't we do to Iran what to North? Why didn't we do what we did to Iran to North Korea before they got nukes? I think North Korea was very closely aligned with China. And so we don't usually fuck with, that would be like right in China's backyard.
Unseen and unheard, it penetrates the world's most sophisticated air defenses. This Phantom can deliver a payload powerful enough to alter the course of history.
How lucky is the world that it's so hard to enrich uranium? True. There's some lucky things. Yeah, imagine if nuclear reactions were way easier. Not good.
That remain as elusive as a shadow. At $2 billion per aircraft, it's the most expensive plane ever built. How does a 50-meter wide giant become invisible to radar? And why does it look like it flew straight out of a sci-fi movie? Hey, I'm your host Regis, and today we're diving into the secrets of the B-2 Spirit, the stealth bomber that revolutionized aerial warfare. From its Cold War origins to its cutting-edge technology.
See a wick panel like in a so far? Yeah, listen, I've permanently ejected and I'll ban all the embeds. Okay, that whole sphere is just, it's too much weird socialist whatever cringe shit. Okay, we're moving past all of that. We're in a new tomorrow. Okay, all of it is just too weird. It's too weird. I can't understand it. So the whole Lycan, Pisco, all of that, we're moving on. Okay, we're just moving to the next era. All right.
We'll discover how this ghostly giant changed the game of global security. The year is 1975. The Cold War is at its frostiest, and the game of nuclear chess between the United States and the Soviet Union is reaching a critical point. Picture this: squadrons of massive B-52 bombers poised on alert at strategic air bases, each loaded with enough firepower to level entire cities. These massive aircraft were constantly kept flying or on high alert, ready to get airborne at a moment's notice, forming a critical part of America's nuclear deterrent. Flying out of Shepherd Air Force Base in Texas, the routes varied by year, but in general, there were routes that went to positions over the Canadian Arctic, Alaska, Greenland, and the Mediterranean Sea. But there's a problem. The Soviets have been busy. They've developed air defense systems so advanced that they could swat these flying fortresses out of the sky like flies. As one Air Force general put it, sending B-52s into Soviet airspace would be like throwing a rock at a hornet's nest while wearing a bright red target on your chest. So what do you do when your unstoppable force is starting to encounter an immovable object in the form of an even stronger defense? You change the game entirely. Enter the Advanced Technology Bomber Program, or ATB. The goal? Create a bomber that could slip past Soviet defenses like a ghost, delivering its payload before the enemy even knew it was there. It was kind of like trying to build an invisible elephant, a seemingly impossible task that had engineers scratching their heads. But this wasn't just about maintaining military superiority. It was about preserving the delicate balance of power that kept the Cold War from turning hot. You see, the whole concept of nuclear deterrence relied on the ability to strike back if attacked. If the Soviets thought that they could neutralize America's bomber fleet, the risk of a first strike increased dramatically. Now, little did anyone know, the solution to this problem had actually already been dreamed up decades earlier, and then quite literally smashed to pieces. Let's rewind the clock back to 1946. World War II has just ended, and while most of America is focused on building cars and suburban houses, one man is obsessed with a different kind of construction. His name, Jack Northrop, and his vision, the flying wing. Imagine an aircraft that's all wing. No fuselage, no tail, just one sweeping aerodynamic shape. It looked like something out of a sci-fi magazine, but Northrop was convinced it was the future of aviation. In 1947, Northrop's dream actually took flight in the form of the YB-49, a massive jet-powered flying wing with a 50-meter wingspan. It was very ahead of its time, but there was a problem. Without modern computers to help control it, the YB-49 was about as stable as a unicycle on a tightrope. The Air Force wasn't impressed, and in a decision that must have felt like a gut punch to Northrop, they ordered all YB-49s destroyed in 1949. Yeah, you heard me right. These flying wings were all destroyed, which gives you an insight into the aggressive research and development approach of the United States Department of Defense. But here's where things get interesting. Let's fast forward again back to 1978. The Air Force initiates the ATB program, looking for a bomber that can penetrate the most heavily defended airspace undetected. And who wins the contract? Well, none other than Northrop Corporation. It's like the flying wing rose from the ashes, ready for its second act. This time, armed with decades of technological advancement and a blank check from the US government, Northrop was poised to turn the impossible into reality. But how exactly do you make a 100-ton aircraft with a wingspan that's as wide as a football field invisible to radar? Well, that's where things get really interesting. Okay, first things first, we have got to talk about that iconic shape. The B-2 looks like it flew straight out of a sci-fi movie, and there's good reason for that. The B-2s are Jack Northrop's flying wing concept from the 1940s cranked up to 11. But this isn't just about looking cool. Every curve and angle of this bad boy serves a purpose. You see, unlike conventional aircraft with their distinct fuselages and tails, the B-2 is essentially one continuous wing. This shape does two crucial things. It gives the B-2 an incredibly...
Justin would legit rather watch a YouTube video about a jet than go see them flying by his house all day during the air show, because how do I go outside for that? Am I getting sunburned from my monitor screen?
Low radar cross-section, that's stealth speak for really hard to spot, and it also provides excellent aerodynamic efficiency, crucial for an aircraft designed to fly halfway around the world without breaking a sweat. Now, let's zoom in on the B-2's materials that give it its stealth capabilities. The real magic happens on the surface. The B-2 skin is coated with top-secret radar-absorbent materials. These aren't your average paints. They're specially designed to absorb radar energy rather than reflect it. It's kind of like the B-2 is wearing an invisibility cloak, a cloak made of materials so classified, I'd probably disappear if I told you about them. As you can see in this radar cross-section diagram, even the way the B-2 is built contributes to its stealthiness. The aircraft's skin is made up of large, smooth panels with minimal seams, because every edge, every corner, every tiny imperfection could potentially reflect radar waves. Think of the B-2's exterior like a sleek sports car. No rough edges, no sharp corners. Just, if that sports car was the size of a warehouse and tried really hard to avoid getting spotted by speeding cameras. Anyway, here's where things get really tricky. As we already mentioned, flying wings are not very stable. Without a tail, they tend to yaw and pitch, which basically means they just kind of tilt to the sides. To solve this, the B-2 used a fly-by-wire system, which is so advanced that it's the literal definition of top secret. This computer-controlled system makes constant adjustments to the aircraft's control surfaces, keeping it stable in flight. It's so sophisticated that the B-2 can pull off maneuvers that would be unthinkable for a plane this size. Imagine you're a radar operator and suddenly your screen just goes blank. Well, that's the spirit in action. The B-2 packs 4 General Electric F-118 GE100 turbofans.
Fuck, I'm also gonna be honest, until like 2 weeks ago, in my mind, the B-2 is like the size of a fighter plane. Like, I thought these were much, much, much smaller planes. I don't know, I've never thought about it before.
But good luck spotting them. These things
are crazy awesome planes, guys.
Are buried deep within the aircraft's body, with the intakes cleverly hidden on top of the wing. Why? Well, because nothing says, hey, I'm a plane, quite like a radar beam bouncing off a shiny engine fan blade. The exhaust is cooled and spread over a wide area at the rear of the aircraft, minimizing its infrared signature. It's kind of like the B-2 is tiptoeing through the sky, trying not to leave any footprints. The airframe is made primarily of carbon graphite composite materials, lightweight, strong, and about as radar transparent as you can get without being physically invisible. The aircraft was built in separate sections, then assembled with the precision of a Swiss watchmaker. One tiny misalignment and boom, suddenly you've got a multi-billion-dollar radar reflector instead of a stealth bomber. When the B-2 was finally unveiled on November 22nd, 1988, it was kind of like showing the world a glimpse of the future. As it rolled out of its hangar, you can almost hear the collective jaws hitting the floor. This was an aircraft that looked like it had been beamed down from a sci-fi movie, ready to rewrite the rules of aerial warfare. The technological array packed into this flying wonder was nothing short of awe-inspiring. With over 130 onboard computers controlling every element of the aircraft, the B-2 wasn't just ahead of its time, it was in a time of its own. It combined a variety of techniques to achieve its near invisibility. Its shape confused radar, its materials absorbed radar energy, and its electronic countermeasures jammed enemy detection systems. This graph dramatically illustrates the B-2's radar signature compared to conventional aircraft.
Holy shit. The B2 is 69 feet long. Holy fucking Limeo. Limeo.
Result, an aircraft with a radar cross-section 1,000 times smaller than that of the B-52, which on a radar screen would be kind of like trying to spot a pigeon. When the B-2 made its maiden flight on July 17, 1989, it proved that all this fancy engineering wasn't just theoretical. This thing could fly, and fly well. It was the culmination of decades of work, from Jack Northrop's early experiments to the cutting-edge technology of the 1980s. The B-2 Spirit wasn't just a new aircraft. It was a revolution in aviation, a flying testament to human ingenuity and perseverance. Now, let's talk about the capabilities and performance that this beast has, because in addition to stealth, the B-2 Spirit is a highly capable asset made to carry out missions deep in hostile territory. First up, let's talk everyone's favorite, payload. It can carry 20 tons of bombs. Basically, imagine squeezing 10 sedans into its belly. And we're not talking about just conventional bombs here. The B-2 is part of America's nuclear...
Okay, I feel like I see different numbers. I learned that a ton was 2,000 pounds. Is there a difference between, like, is a metric ton 1,000 pounds, and then, like, normal tons are 2,000 pounds, or are there different other tons, or... So I don't know much about Iran, but when I looked into their pro-democracy party, it's headed by Reza Pahlavi, who's former Iranian royalty, but is a U.S. citizen, lived in Maryland/Connecticut, and went to college here. Does Iran view this as a U.S. plant, and does it add to issues? No clue. Haven't gotten up to that point yet.
Your deterrent strategy. For your everyday, non-apocalyptic missions, the B-2 can carry up to 80 500-pound GPS-guided bombs. That's precision strikes on 80 different targets in one single sortie. Or if you're feeling a little bit more ambitious, let's say, it can deploy specialized weapons, like the GBU-57 Massive Ordnance Penetrator. At 15 tons, this bunker buster...
Don't they give the pilot of this thing speed so he's fully alert and operating at higher efficiency? My understanding is right now research shows that if you are... Assuming you have like an ordinary brain, like a normal mind, and you take amphetamines, I don't know if that actually makes you more productive. It might make you more hyper or feel like you're more alert. Like maybe if you're tired, it would help. But I don't know if like if you got in sleep and you wake up, that like taking some kind of amphetamine would actually increase your performance. I feel like this is a super easy question to answer. If it did, then I feel like Formula One drivers or NASCAR drivers would be using it. So that would be the question I would ask, right? Like if you ever want to know if a drug works, then you look at like the military or sports and you'll find out very quickly if it works, and they're probably abusing it, right?
Deploy specialized weapons like the GBU-57 Massive Ordnance Penetrator.
But for a project like this, I would be shocked if they weren't sleeping during the flight. If this was a 36-hour mission, I don't know why they wouldn't like take shifts sleeping or something. It would seem crazy to run a sortie like this where your pilots are at least 36 hours sleep deprived. That seems really stupid to me.
Ambitious, let's say, it could deploy...
There's a bedroom. Okay, it has beds. All right.
Deploy specialized weapons like the GBU-57 Massive Ordnance Penetrator. At 15 tons, this bunker buster is basically a small building that you can drop on other buildings. Kind of like the Air Force's way of saying, we don't care how deep you dig, we can still reach you. But here's where things get really impressive. The B-2's range. On a single tank of gas, this thing can fly over 11,000 kilometers. That's like flying from New York to Moscow and still having enough fuel left to circle the Red Square a few times. And with aerial refueling, its range is basically anywhere on Earth. It's the kind of plane that can show up uninvited to a party halfway around the world and still leave before anyone notices. Now, you might be thinking, sure, it can go far, but is it fast? Well, at high altitudes, the B-2 cruises at about 901 kilometers per hour. That's not breaking any speed records, but remember, this is a bomber, not a fighter jet. It's more about the slow, silent approach than the flashy flyby. Plus, it can reach altitudes of 50,000 feet. That's almost higher than Mount Everest times 2. It's operated by a crew of 2, a pilot and a mission commander. And these folks aren't just flying. They're managing a suite of state-of-the-art avionics and mission planning systems that are so advanced they're in a league of their own. And get this, if GPS goes down, the B-2 can navigate using the stars. The B-2 can operate in all weather conditions, day or...
Well, can't everybody navigate using the stars? Or do they mean the computers?
Stars. The B-2 can operate in all weather conditions, day or night. Its advanced radar system, which has been very controversial, allows it to perform terrain forming and terrain avoidance maneuvers automatically. But how much does it cost to have this kind of bomber in your fleet? Each B-2 costs about $2 billion per aircraft, which is more than the entire GDP of some small countries. That's billion with a B. To put that in perspective, you could buy about 5,000 average American homes for the price of one B-2. So why is it so expensive? Well, it's a
Well, in today's dollars, it's only 1,000 homes. I get it. Inflation.
perfect storm of costly factors. For starters, the technology is cutting edge. We're talking materials and systems that probably won't be declassified until our grandkids are old enough to vote.
I believe you need extensive special training to fly the B-2. The pilots are basically superhuman, the best of the best for pilots. Let's be real. Listen, it's a cool plane, but at the end of the day, they're just bombing, okay? They're just bombers, all right? You put the bomb over the target, you push the button, and then you fly back, all right? Let's be real now. They're not dogfighting out there like they would in Top Gun, all right?
Then there's the exclusivity factor. Only 21 have ever...
Is that the microwave in the background? What is the noise? I've wasted so much time, I think, in the past year gooning off stream that I've decided now to just stream on top of a Sibian. So I'm constantly coming and streaming at the same time. That's what you hear going off right now. I'll get the silent version the future.
Been built. Maintenance is another budget buster. That radar-absorbing skin, well, it needs to be reapplied regularly. And let's not forget about the constant upgrades. The B2 of today is far more advanced than the one that rolled out back in the 80s. It somehow managed to age forward, getting younger and more capable. But is it worth it? Well, that's the multi-billion-dollar question. Supporters argue that the B2's unique capabilities justify the cost. After all, how do you put a price tag on the ability to strike anywhere on the Earth without being detected? But even stealth aircraft can't hide from aging. The Air Force is already eyeing its replacement, the B-21 Raider, the next evolution of stealth technology. The B-21 Raider is to play multiple roles as an intercontinental strategic bomber and intelligence collection hub, hooked up to a larger network to make it the first sixth-generation aircraft of its kind. It's meant to be smaller, more affordable, and easier to maintain than its predecessor, which would allow manufacturing a much larger fleet. So, what do you think about the B-2 bomber? And would you like to learn more about the new advanced B-21 Raider? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you love learning about projects that push the limits of technology, make sure that you're subscribed to Megabuilds. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Wow, cool.
I've
Iran violated the peace agreement and the ceasefire agreement. Do you believe that Iran is still committed to peace?
yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too.
Are you questioning if Israel is committed?
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of. Not happy with them. Israel violated it too.
Are you questioning if Israel is committed?
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say,
The biggest load.
okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not
What do you think they're gonna do? What do you think is the point of giving somebody 12 hours? What do you think's gonna happen, dumbass?
happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Do you have to respond to Iran?
Wait a second, it's Biden. Fuck. What was the quote, supposedly the behind the scenes quote from Biden, where he was like, was it about Netanyahu and Abbas? Did he say these guys are both fucking, or the two biggest assholes? Was that it? What, does this person have my alt account blocked? Oh no, okay. Two of the biggest. Biden could be much more indignant and profane in private than he appeared in public. One Saturday afternoon during his first year as president, Biden had called a friend from the Oval Office. I've spent almost 5 hours going back and forth on the phone with two of the biggest fucking assholes in the world. Bibi Netanyahu and Mahmoud Abbas, he said, referring to the Prime Minister of Israel and the Palestinian leader. Two of the biggest fucking assholes in the world. They've been fighting so long that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Destiny, isn't that your take? But unhinged because Trump literally joined the fight a few days ago. Yeah, Trump has no idea what's going on. I mean, like, they know what they're doing. I mean, like, I'll say that on like a macro level, like, oh, these guys are fucking retards. But I mean, like, they're both doing what they should be doing theoretically. The issue is that I feel like you have to view, when you're the United States, you are the world government, okay? And everybody else is like capitalism. So your job is to make sure that the incentives line up correctly for other people to act right. That's what you really have to do. I think that's how you have to view politics globally from a US standpoint. Because Iran, remember, I've said this over and over again, Iran is like, their position is becoming increasingly desperate. So of course they're going to get increasingly desperate. So it makes sense for them that like, well, fuck, we need nuclear weapons or something because holy shit, like everybody else around us has fallen and we might be next. And if you're Israel, you're like, oh, fuck it, we got the huge advantage. We're going to press this as hard as possible. Both sides are incentivized to fight. It's your job, your mission as the United States, ideally, to come in and say, okay, hey, hold on, guys. This is what we're going to add to the table as a consequence for your action. So hopefully you're not incentivized to do it.
That's what we did with Egypt and Israel, right? We're like, hey, listen, if you guys stop fucking fighting each other, we'll give you both a ton of money. And they were like, you know what? That sounds better than fighting each other. So fuck it, let's do it. And how Egypt and Israel are friends. That's kind of the, yeah. You ever be sick after your 2 days raw? No, I just, some Red Bull go down the wrong chute. You have a take on this clip of yours that blew up on a bunch of lefty subreddits? Oh, my 22-second... Oh, this one's 25 seconds. Is the full meetup posted somewhere on YouTube? I think sometimes the one common question I got when I was going through Israel is people were like, what can Israel do to help itself, you know, help our reputation around the world? And one of the dumbest things that I saw over and over again is you get these videos of like IDF soldiers who would like take videos of themselves like wearing dresses in homes. Right? It's like, why do you even have fucking phones with you? Why are you recording the most retarded fucking videos on this shit? This is so fucking stupid.
I think Israel has unique issues. Here's the one piece of advice, okay? If you're joining the IDF, okay? Leave your fucking cell phone at home and stop taking stupid fucking videos, okay? Because everybody's fucking you with them, okay? And if you see a soldier, okay, going through a fucking drawer, and listen, if you want to fucking wear a dress and you think it's funny, just don't fucking take a fucking video picture of it, okay? Jesus. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Because I think the last thing that I'd seen was the, these fucking retards will put shit on and then take pictures, like, during the invasion. But basically, now this has gotten contrived to... Destiny wants them to genocide people, but don't take a video of it. I guess. Okay, based. Since the U.S.'s primary objective in the Middle East is keeping things in balance, would it be possible for the U.S. to start, to some extent, backing Iran if Israel gets too powerful? What do you mean, keep things in balance? I think we just want to represent our interests. I don't know what... It's not like the Force. That's the new Hassan sub, and by new Hassan sub, I mean the losers from Hassan sub go there to harass. Oh yeah, basically every sub on Reddit has gotten turned into like a hard lefty sub, except for the ones I guess that are like Nazi subs. Like this, I don't even know what Fao Mui. I don't even know what this means. If this is like a TV show or something, but it's always like socialist slop here. Same thing with like the YouTube drama subreddit. It's always like super far left, like socialist slop and all that. Yeah, I don't know what, I have no idea what that, Fao Moi? Fou Moi? I don't know who that is. I might be wrong, ask your community, but didn't Connor used to make snarky comments about you? I mean, like, well, we debated a lot. I don't think he ever said anything, like, personally mean about me. Counterpoints? Other than maybe we might call each other fucking retards, no? Connor eats pants. Oh. Did he? Have I ever talked to him before, or we were interacted before? I remember this guy saying shit about you on Twitter before. What did he say? Link me.
I think we'll just have to see how things go. I think you guys understand how I feel about it. There's no defending what Mango did or anything like that, but at the same time, I think there is like a bit of a, you know, witch hunt mentality of people trying to pile on and make things worse for them than it maybe needs to be, but it sucks. What happened? I was just Mango got too drunk at Vireo and did Mango stuff that, you know, was, you know, there's no other way to put it. It was pretty much sexual harassment. Whether or not the intent was, you know.
He left the Carson orbit for Hassan? Did Hassan have an opinion on calling me Carson?
I think he was doing that with everybody, but obviously it has a different... You get what I mean. I don't want to talk about it too much. Obviously it's worse when it's around women and stuff.
Can someone send Destiny videos of predictive history? Bro, please don't let this guy become anything. Predictive history is like the fucking Gary's economics of geopolitics. He's just like a brainless fucking retard that does a bunch of conspiratorial and like nonsense and phrases it like a little bit better than other people. He's a fucking retard. Please don't let this guy become the next like geopolitics expert. I'm waiting to see. Actually, you know what? Screen cap. He's going to be on Joe Rogan in 3 weeks. Oh boy.
Too much. Obviously, it's worse when it's around women and stuff that are visibly uncomfortable, especially when it's on stream. And they don't want to have that up with them on stream and stuff.
While searching for my words and attempting to maintain a positive tone for stream, it sounds like me trying to downplay it. It is sexual harassment. It is totally inexcusable. When I said Mango doing Mango stuff, that was meant to be referring to his typical drunk antics. It's one thing when it's around his buddies who are used to it, and another when it's around women clearly made uncomfortable by it, unquestionably by definition. It is sexual harassment. It's different when it's on-stream comment I make towards the end is me attempting to articulate how the situation sucks even more than it otherwise would be for the women involved, since their experience is now a clip to be shared, reposted, re-experienced. It's been a lot of process. How old is Mango? $33. Do you think that Mango getting let go from Cloud9 was too far or justified? It's a hard one. I am a big fan of harassing women. Just kidding. Quote me in the next court docs. Obviously, I don't think people's careers should be destroyed for mistakes. I feel like that's going really far. My position has always been that. The only thing about the thing that sucks, or the thing that is harder for the Mango thing, though, is, and I would have to look up the history of this, what I've seen said over and over again is that Mango has had issues drinking over and over and over and over again on over and over and over again. Yeah. That's... I'm waiting to see if that's true or not. I don't see how he's even remotely close to Gary. He's making predictions and seems to hedge his statements. Do you not think it's slightly impressive for him to predict before October 7th and before the election that Netanyahu will drag Trump into war with Iran? No, it's only impressive if you don't know anything about the region. It would be like me saying, watch for 1 second. If we watch long enough, there's going to be water that falls from the sky. And it's like summer in Florida, and then it starts raining. You're like, oh, shit. Like, for you to say, oh, my God, I bet pretty soon Iran is going to be at war with somebody, that's not an impressive prediction at all. I'm going to make a prediction right now. Get ready, guys. In the next 5 years, there will be a terrorist group in the Middle East that will attack Israel. Probably 2 of them. It's not...
I had Gantz and
Oh, this was the meetup. Oh, I saw the articles of impeachment by Al Green. I don't think this will go anywhere.
See, we're not drunk, guys. Yeah, we're not drunk. But Mango.
Is there... Another question I have is, is Mango friends with either of these people, or... Sorry.
Mango, on the other hand. No. He's humping toes. No.
End the stream. End it.
End the stream, Mango says.
End the stream.
The issue that I have here is that the only thing I don't like about this, and I guess this doesn't maybe necessarily say anything to would punish me or whatever. It's just a random thing to be aware of. Okay, hold on, let me...
We're not.
Careful, okay? Alert, okay? Very rare progressive moment that we're going back to being in a cell, because fuck women, okay? But the thing that is very frustrating about stuff like this is guys could never do this to other men who are strangers, because a guy will just kick your ass or will, or shove you off or whatever. Because you'll say, this is some gay shit, bro. What the fuck are you doing? What's wrong with you, right? Unless it's a white guy, and then he'll be like, because we like to do that when we're drunk with each other. But because it's women, they can't be physically aggressive with them. But it's also like there's like the Goldilocks zone of male sexual harassment on women where it's clearly past what you would ever do with another man, but it's not quite to the point to where the woman can complain and not be like labeled as a hysterical cunt. And in this Goldilocks zone, men can basically infinitely sexually harass women, and they kind of just have to like laugh and deal with it. And it's like very frustrating and annoying to see. So like there's nothing, like what are they going to do? Because from their perspective, are you going to go and complain like, hey, somebody needs to throw this guy out? Well, now everybody's going to attack you and you're going to feel like you're ruining the party. You're going to feel like a cunt. And like, obviously you're not going to like push him off or touch him in any way, because that in some ways almost like feeds into it. So yeah, I don't know. In my opinion, when people are drinking, as soon as clothes start coming off, it's probably time to either go to a room and fuck somebody, or cut the cameras and then chill, or start smoking weed or go home or whatever. Because like, I feel like nothing good happens past that point. Like nobody's like, do you remember when it got super lit last night when everybody started getting naked and then it got real fun? Usually that's when the unhinged stupid shit starts. But yeah. Spineless Wigs should be held accountable for inviting his friend he knows has a drinking problem and leaving him unaccounted for. No? Well, I mean, like, I don't know how much Ludwig was aware of this, or I have no idea.
You're trying to do play it down.
Destiny, as a woman, you can tell a dude to fuck off for being annoying. You don't have to freak out and be a cunt about it. Well, the problem is any way you tell a guy to go away, you're always going to be a cunt. Do you understand the issue there? Because if you tell a guy gently to fuck off, then it's going to look at as you being like teasing or playful, right? Like, oh, come on, like, I don't really like that. And the guy's gonna be like, oh, she wanted me to fucking dick her down right now. Like, look at how she's giggling. And then if you get more firm, then you go from being a cock tease to a massive bitch cunt that's ruining the vibes and party for everybody, right? If you're like, hey, please, I don't like that. Like, can you get away? Like, oh, Jesus, what the fuck is wrong with you? We're just like messing around, you know? It is a very uncomfortable world to be in. Because the male response would be to be the cunt, but like you're not accused of anything at that point because it's gay shit, you know?
No, play it down. You trying to do thug round or no? Man.
Mango's humping Emily.
I'm not.
That's okay. Okay, I'm ready to play.
Emily, get it.
That's all conflict. If you go from 0 to 100, you always look crazy. Yeah, but what I'm telling you is that for women, if you're not at 100, then it's viewed as being like a maybe. That's the issue. This is why, like, when girls are like, oh, like, I don't know how to let this guy down or whatever, like, my advice is you just ghost him. You don't ever let a guy down gently. There's literally no point in doing this, because letting a guy gently down will always be seen to the guy as like, oh, there's still a chance. Like, oh, I can still push, or like, oh, she's just kind of like being shy or whatever. Like, it's just, I think you should just always, it's shitty, I guess, but like, my advice to women is like, you just fucking ghost a guy. Why would you ever try to let a guy down gently? You either let him down brutally, in which case he thinks you're a cunt, but who cares, fuck him, or you just ghost him and don't talk to him anymore and let him figure his shit out.
Emily, stop it.
You're doing great, Mango. Very impressive. Nice move.
It's just annoying to see women sitting around passively, waiting for a dude to step in to save them. Well, this is part of our responsibility in taking care of the women in our lives. I mean, like, what do you, listen, if it's 2045 and we've figured out all gender roles and everything is equal and we don't have anything, then sure. But I mean, at this point, I think you kind of need a guy to step in and be like, hey, bro, this is not cool. It's time to slow the fuck down. I feel like there has to be something to be said about the environment not checking him at all, and Mango seeing that as a notion that he's not crossing lines. Yeah, I mean, some friend probably should have stepped in and said something, but I didn't watch the full stream. I don't know what the party vibes were like, or if anybody was watching. It looks like somebody was holding on to him here. I don't know what's going on here.
That's okay.
I don't know who that guy is.
Okay, I'm ready to play.
Emily, get it.
But it seems like he realized he was a little bit too much.
Mango's humping
But then he walks away, so I don't know. Isn't this generalized sexism? Isn't what generalized sexism?
Are you karaoke?
We're doing it here.
Here?
Well, apparently everyone's just trying to run it here because we got drinks and it's easy to set up.
I'm down. Hi, Mango.
What are you pulling her hair?
Mango, you're so
Also, fuck, dude. Oh my God, really? Like, again, well, I don't know. Maybe he was doing this to everybody, in which case I would feel differently about it. Remember, hold on, just fuck. Don't let me confuse you guys, okay? Remember, okay? We hate women here. Don't ever forget it, okay? Internalize that, okay?
What are you pulling her?
The problem is that, I guess if you're a bi guy, you might understand, but as a man, it's very hard to understand what it feels like if you're a woman and a guy just like starts putting his hands on you. It is such an unbelievably unsettling, uncomfortable feeling. This is why if you are flirting with a girl, if she's like laughing or touching you, it's like such a huge key that you're doing a really great job, right? Because initiating physical contact with a guy, it requires a woman to overcome like a whole bunch of different psychological hurdles on the path to busting a nut, okay? As a guy, to just like jump over all of that, especially like grabbing somebody's hair and stuff, it's just like, it's a lot. It's a very, very, very uncomfortable thing. You can try to blame Emily and say like, oh, she's like laughing along and all that, but a woman will always do that. I don't know how else to explain that. Like, you can't, for whatever reason, I don't know how much of it is biology versus environmental. Like, most women are just conditioned to be very agreeable. Women's personalities tend to fall more on the agreeable spectrum. And then women are physically a lot smaller and everything else. And then all of the social roles and expectations for women to be agreeable and all of that too. Like, it's just, you can push a woman into a lot of stuff that she's super uncomfortable with. And she's not going to generally put up a hard no or a hard boundary. This is how I think a lot of like casual, like date rapey stuff works. But it's a very, very rude, a very awkward spot to put a woman into, I think.
What are you pulling her hair?
You're so silly.
Don't beat her ass
You
up,
guys
bro.
are amazing.
I won't let him beat you up.
Thank you, Lud. That was so fun. Thank you for having me.
Hey,
Boink,
thank you for competing.
I did ads.
What's your final placing?
I got second in the worst cup.
In the silver cup?
Red shells.
That's not bad.
What the hell is that?
That's not bad.
Right?
Is there an element of that related to being on camera too? In my opinion, no, I don't think so, actually. I think it's the exact same. Like, if a girl... I hate that fight, flight, freeze bullshit because 99% of Twitter autistic fucking retards meme on this shit. But there is like... I don't know how to explain this. If you're playing with a girl physically and she is into it, right? Like, they're at a part here, if you're like touching her hair... Like, she's gonna like reach up and like touch your hand or something, or she's gonna like reach back and grab you. But there's like this feeling, or there's this like social response where a guy is messing with a girl, and the girl is clearly not into it, and she's talking to friends, and all the girl will do at that point is she's gonna sit there and she's gonna stare at her friends, and she's gonna try to carry on that conversation as much as possible while trying to ignore the dude in the background. And this is the like, please God, let this guy leave me the fuck alone. Please God, let this guy leave me the fuck alone. Please go the fuck away. And here it looks like she's focused on streamer Ludwig, but this exact same thing will happen off camera in social situations as well. Girls do this to me a ton when I'm trying to yank their hair, and then I just see them ignoring me completely, and I'm just kidding. Don't clip it. I'm just kidding. Don't.
That was so fun. Thank you for having me.
Hey,
Boink,
thank you for competing.
I did ads.
What's your final placing?
I got second in the worst cup.
In the silver cup?
Red shells.
That's not bad.
What the hell is that?
That's not bad.
Right?
That Borderlands sponsor actually good?
What?
Was that Borderlands sponsor good?
It was fun. I was loving it. I love Borderlands 4. But this was the best day ever. 10-hour stream.
Woman's hair. It's voluminous.
Oh, great. Voluminous.
She only watched that shit once a month.
Like, I think Ludwig is trying to get in between this, but I don't think Ludwig understands. And again, for most guys, I don't think most guys understand. I think most guys just don't understand how insanely fucking uncomfortable this position is to be in for a woman. Because like, it kind of looks like, if you're just looking at this and you're evaluating this from just a purely male perspective, it looks like she's not bothered by this very much at all. It's just kind of like whatever. And she's like chatting, and it's, you know, who cares? And she's like laughing. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But I mean, I'm not speaking for Emily. I don't know. Maybe Emily would come out and be like, oh, actually, no, I didn't care about this at all. He's totally wrong. But in my personal opinion, like, a girl in this situation is like, it's just like, please God, let this guy go away. Please God, let this guy go away. Please God, let this guy go the fuck away. And you just like try to talk to somebody and ignore it until eventually they get bored or move on. You don't want to give them any attention. You don't want to say or do anything or start any shit or whatever. And you're just like, please God, get the fuck away from me. And it looks like even this here is like the ultimate, like he's messing with her and she like reaches up to just like adjust it, where he's like, I guess moved it for her. It's just like, oof, yeah. I don't know. I think it's really awkward. I don't think that, but then also from the guy's perspective, I think guys just don't think about this because you would imagine, well, I guess if she doesn't like it, she'd say something or do something, because we all evaluate things from our own perspective always. Men probably a little bit more from women. Women do it too. Women are also autistic as fuck, just in other ways.
Yes, I am.
Turns out we're staying here.
Okay,
we're gonna do karaoke on this TV over here.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, I'll end soon. Lad, thank you.
I guess the responsibility here would either be for a guy to kind of step in and be like, hey, we need to like get this guy to chill out, or for a girl's girl. I guess it would have to be Cutie or somebody in the circumstances to tell a guy like, hey, can you get like Mango to go chill or something? There is even more. What?
You're gonna give me a full shot? That's fine.
Is it like good? Like we have something or no?
No, it's good. It's good.
Okay. Mango, what are you doing? Dude, Mango is shit.
You have any Jaeger bomb, right?
No.
What's my birthday?
April.
No,
Mango, we're just humping the shit.
You gotta have a Jaeger.
What is he doing?
He's just humping shit.
Dude, Mango?
You're having one.
Huh?
Jaeger bomb?
Oh, fucking.
Jaeger bomb.
Not. What is, bro? Mango, give Mango water.
Wow, she used her words and he went away crazy, but not really. Not really. It doesn't always work out that way. Also, I don't even think he got the message here, because remember, when a person is really nervous, oftentimes they communicate with like nervous laughter or expression, which is kind of what she's doing. Remember when I said like one of the biggest irritations of parents when they're disciplining kids is to laugh at a kid while they're disciplining them? So you have like a 2 or 3 year old that like smacks their sibling. You're like, oh, stop that. They're not going to hear the words. They're going to hear the expression. They're going to think it's cute and funny. For guys that are stepping over boundaries, when a woman is like, stop, like that's what it sounds like. Stop, like, oh my God. Like in order, and again, this is why I just tell women to fucking ghost dudes. In order to get a dude to actually stop, you have to be like, hey, seriously, fuck off. Like I don't like that and I don't appreciate it. You need to fucking stop. And but then that's scary for a whole other bunch of reasons. But that's true. That's what you have to do as a woman, because otherwise, if you just laugh along, like a guy's always going to see it as like being kind of like flirty and playful, right? Because I don't think he got the message here. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he'll do it again.
Look at this motherfucker.
I gave him the beer. Yeah, let him know.
Like he's still doing it in the background. Like it's not. He didn't fuck off at all. So whoever was like, "Wow, she used her words and he stopped." He obviously he didn't. So
Dude,
can we zoom in on that?
Sam is the worst person.
No, I've seen Mango 10 times drunker than this.
That's right. That is true. Yeah, he hasn't. That is very true.
This isn't Pete.
No. This is like stage 2.
Honestly, this is sober.
He's not fighting anyone.
He's trying to fight me.
No, it's different. Yeah, well, that's fair.
I feel like these guys are kind of giving him a pass too, which isn't the best. True, this is just the Gillette ad. Actually, true. This is the Gillette ad in person. Oh no. But I mean, I guess to be favorable to the guys, like I don't think the men realize, because a guy looking at a woman in this situation, well, this is exactly the problem, right? They won't realize that the woman is actually super uncomfortable. So, what is this? 1 month ago.
Yeah, I'm asking you to leave. I'm respectfully asking you to go to another table. There are plenty of tables, like there's that one over there that you.
You need to clarify, because people are probably citing your takes on like 5 seconds before penetration. Voicing no would help there 100%, and it avoids a terrible situation where large social gatherings of people, even men, don't want to look like dicks. Oh no, I think voicing no is always good. I think in these situations, I think women should be cunts. But that's easy for me to say because 1, I'm attracted to cunty personalities. And 2, I think that people that would view women as a cunts in those circumstances are fucking losers, so fuck them. But I mean, like if you're a woman, if you've got a diverse group of friends, or if you're in an ordinary group of guys or whatever, you don't want to be seen as like the cunt. I think that's a good demeanor now. I think people should view that way. If you fuck with them, then they're going to be a fucking bitch to you. I think that's fine. Fuck it. But a lot of people just don't want that reputation or don't want to deal with a friend group fallout or anything like that.
You guys could go to.
But yeah, in interpersonal sexual situations, obviously you should always stand tall to whatever your boundaries are. But I mean, if you've been conditioned socially to never, put up any resistance, it's going to be really, really, really hard to do it right at the end.
Because I'm not. Go away. Go. Begging. on my knees, go. It's just like it's our table. It's just weird for you to just sit down with us. Like, go to the table where there's no people. Right there. You see that? Guys, there's no one over there. You should go sit there. I think you should go sit there. Look, it's crying. It has no people at its table. You guys need to go over there.
My browser likes your friend.
That's good. We are both in relationships, and I'd love if you'd leave. Go away, please. Go. 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 Do you want me to spill your Guinness on you? Because I will. Go. 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 Go away. I'm asking you to fucking leave. Go. 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 I guess we'll go then. You want our table? We'll fucking go. 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 Leave. I'm asking you to fucking leave. Go. Get away.
To be fair, they both look severely neurodivergent. Every man becomes neurodivergent when it comes to hitting on a woman. All of them.
Hey.
Like, it's just, this is just like insanely unhinged. It's just there's no respect. Like, women have no personal space, basically. Oh my God. Are there VODs of me and Melina at the, were we in Germany? What spa did we go to? Where I went to, like, I don't know if I was in the shower or I hadn't gotten in the spa yet, but there was some guy that would just fucking follow her from like pool to pool. Like, if she would get out and go somewhere else, the guy would just get up and follow her. And it was so unbelievably fucking crazy creepy. The dude staring at her from a distance. No. We were at some spa or something. I don't remember what country we were in, but it was like, bro, I think you posted a video on Twitter or something. Jesus Christ.
Witch! Witch! Go!
Most actual autistic men are very self-conscious about accidentally making women uncomfortable. Well, actually, probably true. I shouldn't call these guys autistic. These guys aren't autistic. These guys are just, oh God, fuck. We're using so much feminist speak right now. I think men feel very entitled sometimes to women's attention or time, or they feel very entitled to women's space in a way that they never would around another man, right? Like, if you sat down at a guy's table and he was like, get the fuck up, like, the fuck are you doing here? Then you know that if you stay, you're fighting, or you get up and you leave. Like, that, those are the only two options. But for women, you can basically just do whatever the fuck you want because they're fucking women. Ugh, I think it's super gross. But who cares? You know what? Okay. All right, back to hating women. Oh no, no. You can't link this video and not have like the minute build-up or whatever. Wait, does this include it? Oh no, wait, this does include it. Never mind, just kidding. I fucked up, my bad.
Hoping that he's a really great kisser for sure, because
oh wait, this video.
I really have tried everything with dating. I've dated online, I've hosted singles events, I've approached.
There's a difference between private and public rejection of men. Violence is less likely in a public space. In my personal opinion, violence is always incredibly rare, whether it's private or public. Most guys just have no respect for women's space. But like, most guys aren't going to full on fucking rape a woman who's like, get the fuck out or no. Like, most guys are gonna be like, I'm gonna hold you, I'm fucking rape you. Generally, I think skeevy guys are generally just relying on the woman to be agreeable and you just kind of go along with it. And I think that's how a lot of, I don't know if you call it date rape or bad sex or regretful hookups or whatever happen, is that generally once a woman is in a certain position, she's just gonna kind of like go along with it, even if she doesn't really want to.
Everything with dating. I've dated online, I've hosted singles events, I've approached strangers in random places. So I'm ready to try love at first kiss, and maybe this will be the magic I'm looking for.
I think I am definitely more confident this time because I've already had that first kiss out of the way. I think my strategy is just go for the kiss. Maybe I'll be able to like slip tongue and then from
this guy. Destiny, that's not entitlement though. That's just a lack of respect / fear. I mean, I'd say it's one, those are two sides of the same coin. A bit ago, I met up with a drunk, close female friend who was out with her female friends I didn't know at midnight, and one of her friends said something like, my grandpa was in Hitler's youth. And I was like, he wasn't. Absolutely vibe suiciding. The way those chicks closed ranks was incredibly funny to watch since I was sober. What?
From there, things take off, and who knows, maybe she's my first girlfriend.
I think it would be good for you to have a girl to talk about these things with you, like H3 has Olivia. She's been super good for their show. No offense, and I love women, but women having these conversations is some of the most autistic shit I've ever heard in my entire life. Just in the very little I've seen women give advice on the internet to other women, women online who are super progressive seem like rape machine manufacturers, where they give you the optimal advice to constantly and consistently get raped over and over and over again. So I don't know, I'm good on that. You can trust me or you don't have to trust me. So it is what it is. I'm in court for being a rapist right now, so good luck.
And then from there, things take off, and who knows, maybe she's my first girlfriend.
Sorry, an e-rapist. First girlfriend coming up.
Hi. Hello.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. What's your name?
Emily.
I'm Josh.
Hi.
Can I kiss you?
Sure.
King. What a king.
Is that all?
What happened? I don't know. I screwed up?
I don't know what happened. That was more awkward than I anticipated it was gonna be.
Yes. What do I do when I want to step in, but I'm genuinely scared of the guy that's being creepy as well? I don't know, redirect? Hey, let's go play a game. Or just whip out your phone and record it all. Get that sweet, that's the sweet Reddit up dudes.
Streamers doing dumb stuff live on stream is nothing out of the ordinary. Throughout the years, we have seen countless people on Twitch and YouTube do the craziest shit, get cancelled, and eventually move on like nothing ever happened. But every now and then, something happens where the entire social media world comes together and agrees that a streamer has done something horribly wrong, and not only that, they got caught red-handed live on stream with 4K resolution. This is what happened to a highly regarded streamer in the Smash world named Mango. For those of you who don't know, Mango is a highly respected Smash player and streamer. He's well known in the gaming community and often collaborates with popular creators like Ludwig and Miskiff, making him a prominent figure both in competitive gaming and on streaming platforms such as Twitch. He grew popular in the streaming world thanks to his impressive achievements.
What is this guy's voice? Why does he sound like he's trying to be in a horror movie?
In the Smash community and the high-profile collaborations he's had with many well-known creators and esports players such as the ones I just listed, and because of that, that's why he was able to.
When you married Melina, were you guys poly going in, or was that something that was discussed after marriage? We were gonna get married and I really wanted to marry her because she was super hot, but she said that I was so ugly and hideous that she would never get with me unless she could have bulls constantly come into the house for me to cry about in person. And I said, okay. And I gave in because I knew that. No, she was probably when we met. I never heard of the concept before, and then she introduced me to it. I was like, fuck yeah.
To attend Ludwig's Mario Kart event. In case you're not familiar, Mario Kart is a tournament hosted by Ludwig where streamers compete in Mario Kart with a twist. They have to take drinks whenever instructed. That's what led to the events that everyone has been speaking about yesterday over on Twitter. During the event, there were multiple instances where Mango sexually harassed female streamers Maya and Extra Emily. While Maya and Extra Emily were just chilling and chatting like they usually do, Mango suddenly appeared and started humping the back of Maya's chair in one clip.
We're not drunk, guys. Yeah, we're not drunk. But Mango, on the other hand, no. He's humping toes. No.
End the stream. End it.
End the stream, Mango said.
End the stream.
And in another clip.
Why did you say that? Oh my god, do you remember what was it? Was it an Asian girl streaming in some country and the guy tried to like reach forward and turn her stream off? Was it Hot Chubby? Does anybody remember this? Ooh, that was super creepy. Holy fuck. That was like I'm about to take your kidneys guy.
Acted very weird. He started playing with Emily's hair and tapping the top of her head, even though Ludwig was trying to get him to stop multiple times. And Extra Emily was clearly weirded out, but was playing along for the sake of her stream.
Hi, Mango. Mango, you're the
silly.
Don't beat her ass
You
up,
guys
bro.
are amazing.
I won't let her beat you up.
Thank you, love. That was so fun. Thank you for having me.
Hey,
Boink,
thank you
boink,
for being-
boink. I didn't ask.
What's your final placing?
I got second in the worst cup.
Red shells. It's not bad. What the hell is that? It's not bad.
Right?
Borderlands spawns are actually good.
What?
That Borderlands spawns are good.
It was fun. I was loving it. I love Borderlands 4. But this was the best day ever. 10-hour stream. Oh, great. Voluminous.
She only watched that shit once a month.
But if that wasn't bad enough, he took it even further by humping her with quite literally a cutout of himself.
Why? Oh, we didn't see this one.
Wait, she can't do drugs? Okay, all right.
Oh, Mango's so funny. Okay. Okay, I'll just end with my child. I'll be at karaoke. Okay, bye.
And after the event, as clips of his behavior started to surface all over social media, many people demanded that Ludwig, the host of the event, address the situation, and Ludwig responded by banning Mango from all of his future events.
So I feel really bad about that, and I reached out to anyone who I felt might have felt uncomfortable and talked to them. But also, and I already told Mango this, I'm no longer inviting Mango to Mogul Moves events. Because it's a privilege to go to an event, man. Like, the whole point of an event is, like, it's a fun thing to do, have a good-ass time. And if somebody appearing jeopardizes somebody else having a good time, that just can't be a thing. Now, I see a lot of dialogue on, like, broader implications. I'm only worried about my team, my events, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't speak for the Melee community. I'm not, like championing any other action.
And at this point, Mango was already receiving.
This is proof that Ludwig has no idea how to judge vibes. Is that a reference to our history? I just think for a guy, it's hard to see stuff like this going on. It's just not something men think about at all, unless it comes to other men doing it. But then, again, that's going to end in a fight, right?
So much backlash on damn near every relevant social media platform. Eventually, Mango took accountability and apologized publicly, saying he would also apologize to Maya and Extra Emily and everyone else.
Also, how long was this going on for? When he says, like, I was drunk. Sometimes I feel like this thing happens, but also I think I'm classified as a binge drinker, okay? When I drink, this is how I drink, okay? We go, if my levels of drunkenness can be measured, it's like, have a drink, and then like, have a drink, and then drink, and then this is like, okay, now we need time to sober up. Sometimes I feel like when people talk about, oh, I was drunk, that they're like they're drunk for the whole night? Do they like pace themselves so that they're optimally drunk the entire time? I don't know. This is like so weird. Maybe this all happened in like the course of 30 minutes though. I'm not sure.
He harmed personally, and as I'm making this video, he released another statement admitting he's struggling with drinking. Feels that
How much water are you drinking? I try to pair. It's supposed to be 1 drink of water per 1 drink you have. It's like a drink of water per glass of wine or per shot of alcohol. I probably don't do quite that much, but I try to drink as much water as I can.
Let people down, recognize his past, enabling from others, and commits to quitting drinking and working on improving himself. In my opinion, what Mango did was clearly wrong. His actions crossed personal boundaries.
Do you think most streamers act like Mango off stream? If this wasn't caught on camera, do you think Mango would still be invited to these types of events? I feel like he probably would be because, again, I don't think the women would complain that much, and I don't think the men would have noticed that much. And it seems like Ludwig made this response or made the statement in response to the public backlash, not because he saw anything himself, unfortunately. But as much as people are, attacking Mango here, I feel like this is just generally, again, okay, quick journey into Soyville, all right? This is just kind of like the lived experience of women. You just have to deal with this. Guys will get drunk. Guys act like very rapey, creepy. They'll push boundaries constantly, and you're kind of expected to just like sit and laugh through it all and be a good sport and maybe get raped. Not super likely, but and then if it happens, it happens, and like you're not supposed to really say anything. And if you do, you're a massive cunt who is a vibe destroyer. I feel like that's kind of the lived experience of women through a lot of these like parties and a lot of these environments. And I think one of the disappointing things about people not being aware of that is it just makes all of these environments a lot. I don't like to use the word unsafe because it sounds so dramatic, but it just if you're a guy and you go to a party, you're just going to a party. You don't think about anything else. But if you're a woman and you're going, there's just like so much other shit and stuff that you have to think about or worry about, and it's a much more complicated interaction, oftentimes because of stuff like this. Like you just don't feel as safe in the environment.
Crossed personal boundaries and obviously made others uncomfortable for obvious reasons. And like always, it's important to hold people accountable for behavior like this. However, for now, we have to wait and see what consequences follow and whether real change will come from his commitment to improve and whether or not he'll end up getting banned on Twitch.
Good luck.
Please. No. You can, but I'm just trying to ask. Yes, I know you can, but it's just let us talk this out for a little while. Please, I really don't want you to go just yet because want to say proper goodbyes. You know I'm leaving on Wednesday. You can at least like make it worthwhile.
Behavior like this would maybe get you kicked out of a bar, but no way would you get banned. Really? I feel like bars are very big on trying to attract women. That's why you get like the women's like free drinks nights or women half off nights or whatever. I feel like bars are really big because you don't want to. Because if you have a bar and it's like an unsafe spot for women, it's just gonna be all dudes, and I feel like nobody would go.
Please.
Destiny, normal people don't care about exclusive celebrity/streamer parties. My dude, I'm not talking about exclusive celebrity or streamer parties. Women have to deal with this at every social outing they go to where there are going to be men involved. I'm not trying to sound dramatic.
I'm saying please right now. Way too many times. I just keep silent.
Oh my god, why move? Why? Why did you move?
I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't do it on purpose. Anyhow,
No, I wanna go to.
Jesus. What did he do? He got up and he took her phone and he like turned the stream over so that the stream wouldn't see him with her.
It's out for a little while.
And he talks his way through it. Let me move this out. Like, this is really fucking weird. Good times. Okay, what do I have for quotes here? I move past this Iran shit. Should the US have taken nuclear proliferation more seriously? It seems like we are bound to have 20 plus nuclear powers before the end of the century due to political incentives and advancing development. I feel like we've taken it pretty seriously, no? I think we've done a decent job at it. Has any country acquired nuclear weapons after the fall of the Soviet Union? I don't think so, have they? Did North Korea, when did North Korea first become 2006? Oh, besides North Korea? What percentage of men do you think are like that? Around women? Unironically, without exaggerating, probably about anywhere from like 20 to 50%. Oh, this guy does make a bunch of soy tweets about... Connor Eats Pants tweeted and quickly deleted this tweet about Ethan Klein yesterday. Oh, damn, and this is recent. Maybe another lawsuit will fill the void in H3H3's heart, normally reserved for Palestinian children. You have a hole in your heart solely reserved for Palestinian children? What a fucking weirdo. Okay. Are you aware that there will be more anti-Semitic rhetoric on the isolationist right now that Candace, Dave, and others were super anti-Iran strike, or Americans ultimately going to be Israel simps at the end of the day? I don't know. I think that's really hard to predict. It could go either way. I think the U.S. is primed really well right now to have like a huge anti-Semitism moment, though. I think that like the environment is like perfect for it right now. So, good luck, Jews. We got some Hassan clips. What is this? Ethan still got time for Hassan memes on his Instagram stories. Hassan when he gets pulled over.
Oh, are you?
Oh no. Are you aware that?
There's a genocide?
Am I what?
Oh, are you aware that there's genocide occurring in Palestine?
I'm not aware. 20 out of 12. I need another, please.
Civilians being murdered in genocide?
True. Here's the full video. 30 minutes.
Danielle, step out.
Danielle, just go ahead and just listen to the officer. He's doing his job. He's doing his job. Just go ahead and do what he has. Yeah.
If you truly think that 20 to 50%, I feel that you should be a proponent of short-term gender segregation, or at the very least, some sort of physical restriction on men's freedoms. If you told me that half the women I encounter will try to assault me physically or sexually, I would advocate for mass incarceration, castration, or mandated curfews at least. That number warrants such measures. Oh my god, my dude, you're so close to understanding. I feel like, quick reminder, fuck women, we hate women here. Don't forget it. Do never misconstrue what I'm saying as ever being empathetic to women's struggles, ever. We hate women here, okay? But I think women's issues for things that they deal with in society are one of the things that when you start to get kind of like turned on to it, you realize there's like a lot of really fuck shit. There is a lot of really fuck shit that women are just like expected to deal with and to suck up and not say shit about. And I think it's very, well, it's not blackpilling because if you're a man, you never got to deal with it, but it is insanely fucked up. So I think you're saying something there where you think you're making a point. If you really think all men are like that, then there should be some crazy shit. You think you're making a point on one side, but you're actually close to coming to an understanding on the other side.
Thank you, mental retard. Yeah. Thank you, mental retard.
Like, damn, did she call him a mental retard? Why do I feel like, are all search engines getting worse? Woman, pinching, men, report, reporter, black and white. Google. Okay. I don't know why the Google search would be better than YouTube search, but whatever.
It's all very well men being amused at women's struggle for equality of the sexes, but how many of them really realize the hazards of being a girl alone in any big city? It's not just the battle against the peepers, the prowlers.
Hello, so how do you feel about ladies picking gentlemen up in the streets?
Pardon?
How do you feel about ladies picking gentlemen up in the streets?
Well, I always do myself.
Oh, I think the point of this report, I think he just walks around and pinches men's bottoms. This is in the 70s, you know? I'm just saying, okay? There's a lot of weird shit out there. Don't be a weirdo. Or be a weirdo. I don't care.
Oh, are you?
I'm too lazy to watch that whole thing. Okay.
Okay, up on the sidewalk, please, dear.
The 5'1" mental retard.
Sorry about this. It's just, yeah.
Where are you guys from?
We're actually, you know, I own some property in this area, and she lives here, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Okay, you're claiming that you've had 2 drinks, dear?
Yes, dear.
Okay. Do you want to do a series of field sobriety tests to prove that you're not intoxicated?
So,
Just wanted to pick your brain. There's no real way to solve how dangerous life is for women, right? Unless we install them with weapons or something. I think if you broaden trans acceptance and more women normalized wearing flaccid strap-ons, I think you'd be good there. And then if a woman is kind of getting creeped on by a guy, she can kind of turn around and like there could be like an air pump that just like pumps up the dick. Although you have to be careful because for 10% of men that might drive them even crazier.
can I ask you a question?
Danielle,
Are you aware
it's a
that
very
the
simple
American-
question. Do you...
Wait.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What did she say about being mentally retarded? I'm sorry. Hold on.
Okay, up on the sidewalk, please, dear.
The 5'1" mental retard.
Sorry about this. It's just, go ahead and just listen to the officer. He's doing his job. He's doing his job. Just go ahead and do what he has. Yeah. Just.
Thank you, mental retard.
Yeah.
I don't understand what she's saying. Is she saying he's a mental retard or she's a mental retard or 5'1" mental retard? Is she...
Thank you, mental retard.
Oh, she's cursing the officer. Okay, she's calling him a mental
Okay,
retard.
up on the sidewalk, please, dear.
The 5'1" mental retard.
Okay.
Sorry about this. It's just, yeah.
Where are you guys from?
We're actually, you know, I own.
Sorry. Honestly, the biggest shield for women is being ugly. That is not true. That is absolutely not true. If anything, if I had to guess, my guess is going to be, I'm shooting a little bit right. My guess is going to be women that look more close to average probably get harassed even more than women that look exceptionally pretty, because my guess is going to be exceptionally pretty women are probably a little bit more used to having to turn down guys, and those women might be a little bit more intimidating to a guy that would be kind of pushy or creepy. So my guess is going to be the closer to normal you look is probably going to be the more likely you are to get harassed. It would be a guess though. I don't know if I have I don't know if I can point the data on that, but
own some property in this area, and she lives here. Actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Okay, you're claiming that you've had 2 drinks, dear?
Yes, dear.
Okay. Do you want to do a series of field sobriety tests to prove that you're not intoxicated?
So, can I ask you a question?
Danielle,
Are you aware
it's a very
that the
simple
American-
question. Do you want to
the
do field
American-
sobriety tests to prove
the
that you're not
American-
intoxicated?
Government is committing genocide against Palestinian civilians, and retards like you.
oh no.
You're a retard. You're a mental retard.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
No, I don't feel that way.
Well,
You're a mental
you
retard.
have a very strong odor of alcoholic beverages coming from your person. Your speech is very slurred. Your eyes are bloodshot and glassy, and you're unsteady on your feet, okay?
Yes, I'm actually very concerned because my friends that are in Palestine, they're afraid for their lives because the American government is murdering them.
Does that happen a lot with you guys? You know, stuff like this.
What do you mean?
I mean, just
uncooperative.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, we're pretty used to that.
Yeah.
Danielle, do you want to do field sobriety tests?
I think you have mental retardation. So I'd like to.
Okay. Place your hands behind your back, dear. You're under arrest.
Oh no, actually.
Stop.
Oh, she hit him with the. Actually, no, I'm not under arrest.
Not resist arresting, you know. Stop.
She's a.
This is what happens to the brain when we watch too many Hassan streams. The reality is this woman sounds obliterated. That's probably what's going on. And she's just trying to talk her way out of it. But this woman sounds obliterated. When you're at this point, woo!
Nice person. It's just.
Sure. Thank you.
This is called retard.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
You know what's how I feel. I think you have mental retardation. So basically, the American government. Or actually, I'll take the field sobriety test. I will not.
Nope. We're beyond that.
No, I don't want to. Of course we're beyond that. Because mental retarded. Yes. Because ladies like you.
I have the phone. Okay.
I didn't want the phone.
Come back here. Step back here, hon.
Well, actually, I'll do the field sobriety test.
Okay.
No, I'm not okay.
Come on, you're under arrest. Let's go.
No, I'm not okay.
Stop.
No.
You're under arrest.
Is it a bit weird that she is so drunk and the dude with her is so sober? I wonder what's going on. That's the thing to think about. It could also be that the guy with her is drunk as well, but he just doesn't show it as much. When I was everybody roasted me for this, but fuck you guys. When I was at the casino, I think the only way to reliably tell if somebody was drunk was what their breath smells like and what their eyes look like. Some people can drink very little and come off as being insanely wasted, or some people just talk goofy and are just weird or whatever, and they haven't even had anything to drink. And there are other people who can be fucking wasted, and you don't even know it. They're kind of like quiet. They'll speak pretty coherently, but like if they sit down and you look at them, or when they speak, their breath is like, oh shit, I'm getting like secondhand drunk right now, and their eyes are like bloodshot. But I think it's pretty hard to tell just by how a person is. I mean, like obviously you can tell some people like this person sounds obliterated, but.
No.
Yeah, you're under arrest.
I'll do the field sobriety test.
Well, it's too late for that, okay?
I'll come back and talk with you in a second, sir.
Can I step down? Or?
Just wait a second. I'll let you step out in a second. If you can do me a solid, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I'd like to get myself back. Actually, I'm like.
Stop.
Mental retard.
Face the car,
You're
dear.
a mental retard.
Face
And I hope you die! You retards! They're killing civilians!
You're gonna get charged with disorderly conduct too if you don't
Yes! You retards! These retards!
Now you're under arrest for
Sorry,
disorderly
it's not
conduct too.
Yes, here we go. You mental retards.
Have a seat in the car, dear.
Just wait a second, sir.
No,
Thank you.
no,
Have
dear.
a seat in the car. Come on.
No, I'm not okay with that.
Get in the car.
No, actually, I'm not okay with that. No, I'm
have to
not
be
okay
okay with it. You're under
yeah,
arrest.
why am I okay? Why am I arresting. I went to.
in the car.
I tried to get a f***ing dinner
No, just wait for you to let me know.
with a person. You f***ing retard. Hey, Rory, this is not okay. You f***ing retards.
I know. She's taking it herself.
You f***ing retard. Right. This is f***ing retardation. What? These will pull down my shirt. Yes.
Sir, do you have your ID on you, please?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. Is the car registered to her, do you know yet? Or
I believe this is her car, yes.
Okay.
Yes. I actually do not have my license on me. I changed my jacket and I left it my other jacket.
Okay. Are you from Ohio, sir?
I'm actually from Massachusetts.
Okay. Do you live in Ohio here?
No, I don't, but I own some property in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off my shirt. Yeah, you can see my tit. I'm sure you can see my tit. Like, what in the actual are you pulling me over for? What?
Okay, where were you guys at?
It's a place down the street from here, actually.
It's a bar or a restaurant?
It's a restaurant. We had dinner in there.
All right. And are you also claiming that she only had 2 drinks?
Yeah, we had a couple of drinks.
Yeah, well, she's had way more than 2 drinks.
Actually, she had 2 drinks, but for her size, I think the 2 drinks is just a little too much.
Okay, well, I mean, if you want to go, you can go. This car's gonna get towed.
What a mental retardation. This is very retarded. Retarded. For what? For what? For what? What are you pulling us over for? You retarded! What are you pulling us over for? There is 0 reason. There is no reason.
And what's gonna happen with her?
She's gonna go to jail. She's under arrest for operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there's really nothing for you to do. Her bond will be.
Yeah.
We have to make sure she doesn't have any priors. Actually, yeah, I gotta look and see.
I
if
doubt she she's
has
got
priors.
anything. She's really.
No, she just had a warrant out for arrest recently, so. I mean.
Yeah, she's kind of like she talks a lot, but that's it.
Yeah.
This is absolute retardation. You are retarded! This is not right! You're retarded! You liar! You are a liar! You are a liar!
Well, does she reside in Sandusky here, or does she reside in California?
Yeah, she lives in here, actually, yeah.
You are lying! Let me the go! Let me the go, you liar!
She's my neighbor.
Okay.
This liar! They are liars! They're ugly! They're rapists! They're rapists! They're rapists! They're rapists! The rapists are upset!
Did I miss the rape?
Rapists
What the
are
fuck?
Upset.
The DL through California that I gave you, can you check prior
Ugly,
point
yes,
please?
they're California plates because the rapists are upset. The rapists, these men that are rapists, yes. The rapists, oh, the rapists are back. Oh, the rapists are going away. Oh, the rapists are back.
She pulled her cooter
yes.
out? Oh, based. Okay.
Oh, yes, the rapists are back. The rapists are back. The rapists are back. Great. The innocent people that are trying to have going back.
Okay, don't care. More Hassan clips.
And it just straight up went nowhere. Traffic went nowhere, and my ass was fucking stuck. My ass was stuck in the traffic. I had to cancel the flight once again. You did not account for it. You're literally living proof in your sitting room, sitting in your living room. It's true.
He misses a lot of flights. How many flights does he miss?
Why doesn't LA have trains?
Do you think he got uninvited? Would he get uninvited? I have no idea. I feel like this guy's like a socialist candidate. Would he uninvite Hassan?
I think they recommend it more than... No, dude, the 2 hour prior to your fucking flight shit for domestic travel is because you get jammed up in TSA. Guys, we didn't get there is my point. My point is we didn't get there because the problem is
If I had to guess, he just wanted to stay home and stream because his numbers are probably, high right now with the conflict and everything. Anytime there's like big like breaking news stuff, a lot of streamers will pull huge numbers. Like he's got 47,000 viewers right now. Israel x Iran kind of agreed to a ceasefire. Iran strikes and Israel retaliates. It's like his title, yeah.
So the randomly streets just fucking closed in Los Angeles. I sat in traffic for 2 hours on a otherwise, I can't even explain this to motherfuckers. I sat in traffic because there's no public transit in Los Angeles, and there's also a shit ton of car chases that take place. Last time, March and I got stuck in traffic because the Los Angeles police...
You missed a flight because of Orlando traffic? No, I only go to Miami. The only traffic that will fuck me, doesn't usually happen, but it's when they close the fucking bridge. Bro, when they close the bridge from Miami Beach to Miami, this is why I never go to Miami. Actually, I had a friend come over from Miami to Miami Beach a few nights ago, and then they closed the bridge on their way back, and then they got to experience the fuckedness. I don't go to Miami unless I have to fly out. Fuck that.
Police department was doing some fuck shit and doing another car chase, which ended up shutting down the freeway.
How long does it close for? I don't know. Long enough to where my shit gets fucked. And the worst thing also is that when it happens on... How often do they close the bridge? Every time I go to Miami, they close the bridge. I don't know why. Or it'll be like one lane of traffic for some bullshit. And the thing that is the most annoying about it too is the Google Maps will be here and it'll be like, oh, 20 minutes. And then all of a sudden it'll be like, oh, actually, and then it'll turn red. And it'll be like, where's my thing? Oh, there it is. It'll be like 29 minutes. But then it'll show you the route, and the route will be like this, and then it'll be like red here, and then it'll be like this. But then as you drive and you get further and further through the red, it keeps putting more red in front of you. It's like, ah, why is it doing this? Fuck me and fuck that.
So we got stuck there. There's nothing you can do because they were doing a fucking police chase.
Have you been to the Bahamas yet? No.
This time, I don't know what happened. I suspect like a cop got killed or something. I don't know. Maybe like a cop got killed. Is that what it is? That makes a lot more sense.
Was that it? Okay. Why doesn't he just buy another ticket? He probably just wanted to see him on stream. Plus, that flight sucks. I don't think I've been to California in a while. East to West Coast, West to East Coast. It's just a brutal flight. LA to New York City is probably what, a 6.5 hour flight? You lose like 2 full days of streaming. Fuck that. And again, especially right now because he's probably getting a ton of viewers on the bombings and everything. The stock guy brought up a debate that you did. 2 minutes here and 3 minutes here.
I think the Destiny interview back in the day was somewhat disingenuous. You can understand stocks at a certain level, even if you don't understand the mechanics of the bank. That whole debacle was more on me because I walked into that without understanding what I was getting myself into. And after a week that happened with GameStop and how crazy that was, I was just exhausted. I was mentally burned out. And I went into that thinking we were just going to bullshit about all the craziness that happened. I should have known what his content was and what I was going to get myself into. I wasn't prepared for it. and it just caught me off guard, and I stumbled. It happens. It happens to everybody. Things happen. You learn from them, and you just say, okay, well, next time, be more prepared of what you're getting yourself into, and know what you're getting yourself into, and it is what it is. It is live. It was just completely caught me off guard, and it's my fault. I should have known what his content was known for. I just knew that he also talked about the markets and stuff. So when I got my mod, actually, it was the best week of my life streaming, and my mod was like, yo, Destiny wants to talk to you. I was like, oh, cool, he wants to whatever. So I thought it was just going to be a bullshit. I wasn't prepared, and I got caught off guard, and I stumbled my way through it. It happens. Going back and watching it, it cringes me. I'm like, well, I should have just answered this, or I should have said this. I just wasn't prepared. I was out of it.
Why was I linked this?
The Ayatollah has open Twitter DMs if you want to talk shit.
Taco Bell's new crispy chicken
Taco Bell
might make us a chicken place. Then again, tortilla chip coating does give taco place. Then again, our sauces are perfect for chicken. So I guess we're a taco place that's also a chicken place that's also a taco place.
Wow.
Dawn Patrol starts with a Celsius. Health is wealth, baby. Through the impact zone, that's cardio. Down the line, that's meditation. Straight to my shift. Do the rounds, get the lowdown. Set a broken wrist. Breathe, fuel. Rounds again. Pressure. Blood pressure. Clock out. Clip in. Do it again tomorrow.
Wow. That guy's...
That interview was the biggest fumble of your career, Unk? I actually don't think it was the biggest fumble of my career. See, here's the thing. Some of you guys, I can tell, are very young. As you get older, you start to just accept when you made a mistake, or accept when you fuck something up, and you move on. People who are immature are the people who can't admit when they're wrong, or admit that they made a mistake, or say, hey, I was wrong, but I learned from it, or hey, I fucked up, and here's why I'm better for it. That's that sign of maturity. There's one of many signs. But as you get older and as you start to be more comfortable with yourself, you just start to accept you are going to fuck up. Failure is part of life. Mistakes are going to happen. It's very difficult to admit mistakes or admit you're wrong in front of people. Every time I've been wrong and been, shown that I was wrong, or been found out I was wrong about something and I did it live, I've gone and corrected myself. And it sucks because you know how many people come out of the woodworks to make fun of you? Just like all these people in chat right now, they're thinking that they're owning me by saying, you fucking lost that debate. You fucking got owned. Yeah, I did. I absolutely lost that debate. I wasn't even expecting it to be a debate. I went in unprepared. I was exhausted. But you know what? It doesn't matter why. It doesn't matter the reasons why I fucked it up. I fucked it up. And you know what? I learned so much because of that fuck up. I went back and watched it, and it hurt to watch. And I said, where did I fuck up? Wow, there's something I actually didn't have the answer to. You know what? I need to know more about that. Let me make sure I'm more prepared. And I went back and I learned, and I got so much more educated and so much more informed because of that fuck up. Most people here don't even know that happened. And I could just pretend like it didn't. But that's the thing. Things move on. The world moves on. You have to move on too.
I feel like this is a really good perspective on a conversation you feel like didn't go well. Why was I linked this? I guess it's okay. Or what am I supposed to say? If he could even still claim the opposite, because I'm pretty sure most people still agreed with his take even today than with my take. A lot of people think that the whole GameStop stuff was intentional rigging by the financial markets in order to deprive people of their right to buy and sell GameStop. I'm pretty sure most people still believe that today, so technically it's still the popular opinion.
Okay. All right. We want to learn about stocks. Go back.
Will have the right to exist.
5.5 minutes. Oh, email. Exterior and balcony repair project / weekly update. Thank you, apartment building. Stucco repairs. What is that? STUCC. I don't know what that means. Should be completed by 6:30. Oh, 6 more days. Oh, no, wait. In the central tower, we're still working on the stucco repairs until July 3rd. That means plaster?
Rhino Tosterino.
Okay, I need to pay attention. I don't know what the fuck happened. Hold on.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Is this Roblox? Oh, he's stealing things.
Rhino
Okay.
Tosterino.
He stole a thing. Oh, and then he put up a thing so he can't get in and get it back? Wait, does anybody have the Among Us thing where the kid is like screaming and the guy's like chasing him around? Can you briefly summarize why you don't like Mearsheimer? My understanding is the primary criticism of Mearsheimer's prediction was with the fall of the Soviet Union, a unipolar Europe would descend into chaos and madness like it was in the past, that without multiple superpowers vying for territory or contending with one another, that the countries would all just start to infight and then it would be catastrophic. And I feel like, I think he's castigated. People say that most of his predictions around the disaster of unipolar Europe were basically completely wrong. Supposedly is the contention that Europe didn't descend into chaos and he was just utterly incorrect about that. And then everything he's had to say about the Ukraine-Russian war has basically been verbatim Russian propaganda bullshit. Nothing impressive or anything. That's what I've seen from him. But
I'm the imposter. I'm the imposter. You get back here! It's you! You should deserve to go to the space!
got admitted chat. If it's about the recent Trump immigration shit, I haven't read anything about it. I have no opinions on it, so I don't have any strong takes on it related to it.
I can hear you breathing. You're fat.
Are you serious right now, bitch?
Oh no! I can hear you breathing. You're fat.
Are you serious right now, bitch? Are you serious?
You're fat. You're fat. I can hear you breathing.
Are you serious? I'm sick. I'm sick, bro.
No, I can hear you breathing.
I'm sick, man.
So what?
I'm sick, bro. Are you serious?
Get the hell away from me, bro.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
How the hell?
Jesus. He's going hard.
You're a imposter. You're such a monster. You're
get
such
back
a
here.
monster.
Go to the
Okay. Jesus.